Okay, thanks for joining me for another How to Draw Stuff with me, Calvin Innes. Okay, today we're going to draw yet another monster. Alright, this one's going to be quite a cute one, I think. So there we go, let's go quite big with this to begin with. Big sort of oval shape. On our head. Be kind of down here. So I want this monster to be kind of nice and sort of big and chunky. I'm going to draw in some a bit of a front leg there, a bit of a circle at the back, a bit of a back leg. Again, just tuck in those other legs behind. Now, this guy, let's bring his mouth back in here. There we go. That's just the bottom of the mouth, and we want nice, big, sort of sad looking eyes. There we go. Now from the back, we're just going to start to get a little bit more shape to this. Give him a bit of a fat bum. Now, this is the basic layout for our monster, so we're just going to start to add in a few little details here. So let's put in some little claws on the toes. 3 on each. You can't see all 3 on that back one, so we'll just fit a couple in there. Again, 3 on that front foot. Can't quite see them all at the back, so we've just got a couple on there. Now let's just start going in and sort of going over a few of these lines that we want to keep. So the guidelines are there for exactly that, just to guide us to begin with. So just darkening off a few of these lines, adding in folds and creases and all that kind of stuff. Okay, this leg underneath. Let's just shade that in a bit. Hidden underneath the belly, so you can't really see much light getting to that. Same with this guy here. This bit here. Adding some shading where the leg's hidden underneath the monster. And that just adds a little bit of depth to your monster. Okay, we're going to go up to the eye. Just go around there. Here we go. We just want to set this eye back into the head a little bit. So we're going to add a little bit of shading over on this side and under here. Just so I give the impression this head's set back a little bit. I'm also going to shade on the eye, just a touch. So I want that to be a little bit sort of rounder. Okay, we can start to add a few little details around the eye there. Now with the mouth, I'm going to make this mouth kind of quite cracked. Quite an old looking monster this. Stick a few little teeth in. And on the edge of the mouth, I've got a few little cracks there. Let's do the same thing as with the eye, just a little bit of shading. Just to add a bit more depth there. A bit of hair on the chin there, look. Oh, this bit underneath the chin, I'm going to get in a bit heavier with the shading. Because that big heavy chin is going to be blocking quite a lot of light out. Okay, I'm just going over. Adding a little bit more shape to this, using those guidelines. This guy, we don't have an ear on him yet. So let's a bit of an ear there, a little bit of shadow inside the ear, a few little tufts of hair. There we go. Just here, I'm going to start to add in a few little pieces of shading and detail. Just a few little creases behind the neck there, a few little creases around the top of these legs, and a bit of shadow under the belly there. That's where the light can't get to it. Let's just continue with this, so adding a bit more refinement to those lines, sort of sticking to the original guidelines but just roughening it up a little bit. The guidelines are literally just that, the guidelines just to get you started off. Then you add in areas of detail and texture and all the other sort of bits and pieces you want. Now, instead of drawing in some of these markings on here, we're going to sketch outwards, little sort of sunbursts. That's just a nice little way of adding on patterns and texture without doing these kind of really solid lines. It's a little bit more natural. Same on the back here. We don't want to cover this guy in markings. It's going to have a few along the back, a few along the top of the leg, and just sort of one or two on the head as well in just a moment. So just a couple around there. We can get away with a couple more on the back. Right. Before we do that, let's just get a little bit more of a defined line on these claws. And with these claws, look, we're just going to add a bit of shade into the underside, so the top's picking up the light. Then just makes them appear a little bit more round. We want a little bit of shading in between them as well. So this guy's got, basically he's got mucky feet from walking around, carrying all that weight. I'm just doing little scribbles for the shading here. Again, just get back in and add a little bit more of that texture. And we're just picking out areas using the same sort of technique as we did for these markings, just to add extra little areas of texture and shape and kind of folds and creases in this guy. Again, we don't want him looking kind of too smooth really. Again, it's a bit more subtle, adding a few little sort of spots and scars and little markings just to rough them up a little bit. And then you'll notice here I'm just thickening up a few of these lines, darkening off a few of the shadows. Don't be scared of having very dark areas on your characters. It does make them sort of pop out and come to life a little bit more. Shadows are just that, they're shadows, they're very dark. It's quite easy when you start drawing to sort of do your shadows too light and be a bit too gentle with them. Don't be scared of kind of making them quite dark to bring your character to life a bit. Got a little bit more shading around the eyes. again, with this guy, we're just going to settle him down. A few little tufts of grass under his feet. Not too much detail at all. Just a few little stones. There's just a little bit of shading underneath in there. It's quite a big guy. He's going to cast a fairly hefty shadow. And maybe as a finishing touch, let's do a few little bugs buzzing around him. Just to finish him off. And there you go. You have another cartoon monster. So have fun with this one. As ever, I would love to see your guys' versions, see what you all come up with. So thanks for joining me again, and I will see you all again next time.